reached the
Hello. How is everybody? I'm fine. I'm playing with an earring. It's a little bitty covered 10mm. Okay? It's not very difficult, but I would suggest having a little bit of experience with finding your way around peyote stitch. It would be fun to experiment with this. It's not, like I said, not hard, but you might need a little bit of practice. So this is a pair of earrings that I made with this little bead. And looking around in my stuff, and I was looking for another color besides this mint green. And I have some gray. The package just calls it mauve. I think that's a lie. They don't look mauve to me. They look, well, a little bit, but no, they look more gray. So the way I started this, I'm using size 11 Delicas in a dark steel and some silver lined 15s you need. It works better with Delicas for this tiny stuff. And 15s, you need 11s and 15s. And you start by tying 10 of the 11s into a circle. Okay. And I just put my needle through some of the beads to hide the tail and the knot. Move it out of the way. Like that. And let me get this out of here. I also found a couple 4mm in the same color, just totally lucked out. Let's see what happens. You start by picking up 2 of the 15s, and just like regular peyote, you skip a bead and you go through the next. A pattern very similar to this was on Beads, Baubles, and Jewels, if you ever see that, but the instructions were terrible. The hostess just insists on interrupting the guests constantly. So they lose track and you miss the instructions. Anyway, just pick up 2 15s and peyote around and step up into the first 2 that you added, going through both beads. Adding my last 2, going through an 11, the last 11, and then through both of the 15s, the first pair of 15s that I added. And you want to repeat, picking up 2 15s, and going through both of the 15s you added in the previous round. All the way around, stepping up at the end. Last 2, it's kind of hard to see where the next one is. They kind of blend in, but see. Now, I have a little thing like this. You want to keep your tension pretty tight because you want to cup this circle of beads. You want it to curve, you want it to cup. And the next round you pick up 2 of the 11s, 11 Delicas, and go through both of the 15s that you added in the previous round. This is really ingenious. I wish I could remember the girl that... I should have wrote her name down. I do not remember, but you know who you are. Beads, Baubles, and Jewels watches our videos. Do you know that? They have a, they showed a bracelet that was practically identical to one that Alicia made. You know who I'm talking about. Alicia, Beautiful Nights. Which is super flattering. At least I'd be flattered. And as you pull, you can see it's kind of cupping. That's what you want. This is my last 2 Delicas. Go through those 2 15s and then through both of the 11s. First pair of 11s that you added in this round. Pull, pull, pull. Cup up, please. Okay. Now you're going to add 3 15s through the 11s you just added in the previous row. So 3 15s through the 11s all the way around, and then it gets interesting because we make 2 halves to cover the bead, and this is the first half, which will be made one way, and the second half will be made slightly different. And then we put them together on the bead. Did I add 2 there? I did. Go back. And I'm here at the end. I'm going through the last 2 11s. Then I'm going through 2 of the 15s that are next to it. So I'm coming out of the middle bead of that those 3 15s. And I'm going to make a little, let me see. I'm going to make this little thing right there on this side. And then on the other side we only had 2 beads. See? So, but I use 11s for this. And so I pick up 3 of the 11s and I go around through that middle bead again, down, 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 to the next 3s, to the next set of 3 of 15s. So I'm coming out of the middle bead of that set of 3 15s. And it's gonna make a little picot edge like this, tiny little, just a little point right there. And that's important, we need that. Back down through that 15, down through the 2 11s, through the next set of 15s to the middle point to make that picot edge. Pick up 3 more. Down, down, down to the next. And one more. And what you want to do on the last one, you just want to weave around, make some half hitch knots. Oops, I got beads stuck in my nail. So you end up with a little thing like this, but it is definitely cupped so that the bead will fit in there when we put the two ends together. So I'm going to tie this off. I'm going to tie half hitch knots around, go through some more beads, tie one more knot, go through some more beads, and cut my thread, which is very boring and too hard to get on film, but here, just like that, and then I weave through and make some more. I'll be back. Okay, I got the first half done. Cut my thread. You can see the 10mm fits perfectly in there. I haven't tried it with any other size. I had to fiddle around with it to get it to work with a 10mm, so if you want to use another size of bead, you'll have to fiddle with this pattern. I don't know about a smaller size. Larger, definitely, but smaller, I don't know. I don't know if that would work at all. But you could always try it. I mean, there's no rules. Try, try, try. So we're going to make the second half, and you start that exactly the same as the first by tying 10 11s into a circle, adding 2 15s in a peyote pattern, adding another round of 2 15s in a peyote pattern, right? And adding 2 more 11s in a peyote pattern, then adding 1 round of 3 15s, and then doing the picot with it, but it's not a picot anymore. You're only adding 2. So let me get that second half done up to that point, and you'll see what I mean. Step up into the middle bead of that first set of 3 15s that you added. Pull, pull, pull. Tight, tight, tight. Now you're going to add 2 11s through that center bead, not 3. So you have an opening for that point to go into. Somewhat of an opening. Back through that center 15, down, down, down to the next one. Just like that. And 2 more. Around and down, down, down to the next. Two more. Down to the next. last one. And you want to weave up. Come on now, get straight. Yeah. You want to weave up into one of these beads that you just added, like this. And I have a couple head pins here. It's just a flat head pin. I haven't tried it this way before, so I'm going to add one of these pearl. Yeah, I am. I'm going to add one of these tiny 4mm. And then this first half that we made, okay? Then the 10mm. God, I hope I have enough room. Please. Okay. So you have a thing like this. The gal on the show was making bead caps. They were really cute. But like I said, the instructions were terrible because the host continuously interrupted her. And I have no interest in visiting their website trying to find this thing, so it's disappointing. Then the half you just made with the thread still attached. Okay. And you want to hold everything together as best you can. And then put your needle through the center bead of that top one right there. So you're going to weave these two halves together as best you can. And like I said, this may not be a beginner project. This may take a little practice for you all. Now I'm going through that center bead. I'm going back down to the other half, through the 11, weaving through to those next two beads that are on the edge, those two 11s that are sitting on the edge. So I can weave through the other point on the other side. I'm trying to see what I'm doing. You go through the 15 and then through the 11 and that pair, back down through the 11 on the opposite piece, okay, and then down through the other half, the 11 and the other half, and then weave to the next one. Little patience, nothing is automatic. Whoops, move out of my way. Through that next 11. Down to another 11 on the other side, through the tip. Back up. I have a piece of hair. My goodness. So you're connecting the two halves like this. See? And then back. Come on now. 15, down through the 11, down through the tip, the 15 that's in the tip of the opposite side, in that little picot, back down to the other side, Oops. This is the last one. I may cut most of this out. Keep things as tight as you can. Back up through that 15. The 11, I mean, and then through the 15, and then through the 11s. And weave around, because now you have to figure out a way to secure this thread, keeping everything very tight, very tight. And as you can see, you've covered that bead, and it looks very cute, and I don't think this head pin is long enough at all. But I would add this other little 4mm. Who wants to go in there? No, it's not long enough. I gotta find a longer head pin, which I don't think I have. I'll have to make some. Make a hook, okay, just loop. Take your round nose and loop that end wire around and add it to your earring finding, or make links and make something like this. You can make a whole bunch of these and put them together in any way you wish. I made earrings because they're fast, and I knew I wanted to make a video of this, so yeah. I think it's very pretty and different and fun, and if I find that girl's name, I think I saved the video on my TiVo thing. I'll post it in the bottom. She's written books, and she's really cute, and a little blonde thing. Yeah. So give this a try. If you're new, good for you. But you really need to practice. There's nothing I can do to help you with that. So be happy, be inspired. Oh, I keep forgetting. If you make videos on YouTube, let me know so I can subscribe to you. I don't have time to look at every single subscriber's channel. I wish I did. There are some YouTubers who have time on their hands that do that, and I do not have that kind of time. Once in a while I will, but normally I just don't. So if you make videos on YouTube, let me know so I can subscribe and so I can harass you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. Other people do that. That's their job. That's not my job. And that's it. So, have fun. Beat up some beads. And I'll see you later. I'm working on something else for next week. I hope it'll be finished and done. If it is, perfect. So be happy. Be inspired. Be productive. Your life is your property. It belongs to you. You own what you know. Bye.